So I got a confession to make, guys. Got a confession to make. I've been playing quite a bit of Mei in competitive. What does that mean? Well, what that means, guys, is I'm not exactly sure, but we are seeing a lot more of Mei in competitive games and pro games ever since really the buff to her Blizzard, right? It goes through shields now. And on the surface, it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, right? I'm like, alright, it's just one ability that got changed. Her damage was pretty much the same, her HP is the same, everything else is the same. It's just that Blizzard goes through shields now, which doesn't sound like too much, but apparently it was enough to kind of get her to get some more playtime, even in pro level games. Now, I have been seeing a lot more Mei in competitive. In fact, I have been playing quite a bit more Mei in competitive. And on top of that, you're seeing like a bunch of unique Mei strategies that Mei players are coming up with. Maybe not the most viable, but certainly quite entertaining to watch, like the Mei wall run thing that people have been doing on Reddit. It's you know, like I said, possibly, arguably, maybe not a strategy that is completely viable all the freaking time, but I do think it's kind of cool to see all these new strategies come up from a hero just getting a bit more playtime. Now, the reason why Mei wasn't picked before, at least what I've heard in top level play, was because she wasn't able to output that much DPS that quickly, right? I mean, her only form of burst damage was her right click, which, you know, as satisfying as it is to get headshots with that thing, it's basically like a downgraded version of McCree's combo. Now, the cool thing about Mei, no pun intended, wow, that just kind of came right off my tongue there. But anyways, yeah, the neat thing about Mei is that she is someone with a lot of tricks up her sleeves, right? She's not a one-trick pony. She has the wall, the ice wall, she's got the cryo freeze, she's got Blizzard, she's got the long range and short range viability, right? Maybe not nearly as strong as McCree's, but it's definitely there. So what does this really sum up the hero to be? Well, in my opinion, she is the embodiment of stall. She is the ultimate neutralizer, at least that's what I like to call her. And with strategies coming in with the 3 tanks, 3 support kind of thing, you know, Mei's actually been seen as maybe not a direct counter, but she can definitely slow it down. I mean, she's got all the tools in her kit to really neutralize a nano boosted target, right? And Ana's being picked more and more because of how quickly she can get her ultimate charge up. So it's kind of fascinating to see this hero, this defense hero, Mei, who really wasn't picked too much at higher levels of play. In competitive, even season 1, I didn't see that many Meis around. All of a sudden, get all this play just because of that Blizzard change. Now, I'm seeing Mei being played a lot more in like the final objective of certain capture point maps like Anubis, King's Row, and things like that. Just because, if you think about it, with some proper ice wall and cryo freeze timings, and with a nice Blizzard if you have it, you can pretty much hold the enemy there, contest the point until your allies get to you. Mind you, at the final point of most of those maps, and I shouldn't say most, all those maps really, the defender's spawn is right there. I mean, it's very, very close. So what you end up with is a hero who can basically stall the enemy team for a very, very long time, making her an absolute beast in those types of situations. Now, personally, I've also seen Mei in areas of maps with choke points. I'm thinking like King's Row, Eichenwald, what's that map called? Hanamura, you know, all those first objective points have some major choke point right there. And what I like to do is pair my Mei with a Reinhardt, and we can kind of switch off on blocking that entryway, making sure it's not that easy to get through. Now, my absolute favorite thing to do with Mei, though, is to block off enemies from each other. Like, basically, if a tank comes up a little too far, or a healer comes up a little too... anyone who comes up a little too far beyond a choke from their allies, I will wall them off from the rest of their team. We get the easy pick or two, you know, depending on how many people get trapped. And it basically neutralizes the offense's ability to push effectively, right? At that point becomes, I don't know, a 4 versus 6, 5 versus 6, right? They're down someone. And so in these situations, I feel like Mei is incredibly powerful just because she's not necessarily like a hero like Reaper or McCree. You know, it's not someone who can necessarily do a shit ton of damage, but she's more of someone who can set up plays really, really well. And beyond that, guys, I mean, Mei's a survivor, man. She's got the cryo freeze, she's got the ice wall, she's not that squishy at all, I would say. I'm just surprised that she wasn't more popular before, right? I mean, in pro level play, she was never ever really picked. Now she's getting a little bit more attention. Now, of course, I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, but Candy, like pro level play is just a small fraction of what people use in Overwatch or whatnot. It's not indicative of the normal player base, and that is completely true, right? But at the same time, like in season 1, between rank 50 and 60, I rarely saw Mei's. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong here, but she was usually subbed out for another more like hard role, like a tank or a heavy DPS. Like being a staller is such a situational pick anyways, so I'm not saying that Mei is completely viable in every single situation. Matter of fact, the same problem still lies with Mei here, and it is that she doesn't do that much damage that quickly. So if you are going to pick Mei, I would highly suggest you guys take a look at what map you're playing on. Does it have choke points? And on your current lineup, right? Do you have those heroes that can follow up in damage to kind of complement all of Mei's stalling, freezing abilities? Anyways, guys, that is it for me on Mei today. You know, is she good? Is she bad? In my opinion, she's pretty good now. She is pretty good now, though I wouldn't say she is a must pick like Lucio or any of the other core heroes that are popular right now. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys have another opinion on Mei or any kind of further thoughts on Mei, let me know down in the comments, guys. And until next time, I'll see you around.